On the right, in the visiting bench, wearing white and blue, we have the Port City Pigeons. They're going up against, in the black and yellow, the Edmonton Killer Bees. I'm Matthew Izakow. Alongside me is Carson Ellicum, as puck drop is just moments away. Port City with possession after the draw, and they dump it down deep into the Killer Bees' end. Pinned up against the boards, behind the Killer Bee net. Port City comes away with it. The Pigeons looking for somewhere to go. They dump it back down behind the net. 18 has the ball. Another battle along the boards. They're just cycling it, trying to get it low once again. They do. This time the Killer Bees knock it away, but straight onto the stick of a Port City Pigeon. That gets dumped down, and here come the Killer Bees. They're going in. That shot stopped by the Port City goaltender. Rebound stopped once again, and here comes Port City back the other way. That's Troy Rearin with the save. Port City turn it over, and the Killer Bees come back on the offensive attack, and they give it back to the Pigeons. And here the Pigeons coming down the wing. They stop up, drop it back, looking for somewhere to go. That shot is blocked as the Killer Bees retreat back to their own end, looking to get something open. That's sent up, and once again on the retreat are the Bees. That pass goes up, and we have a Killer Bees 2-on-1 here. Streaking down the wing, gets around one defender, cutting in front. He can't get the shot away. Rebound. That's kicked away by a Port City defender.
Troy Reardon with an excellent save, just getting the stick out, poking that away before any rebound could come.
Made it difficult for him to get the shot off, and he couldn't get the shot off initially. Lots of good chances early in this one. That's a turnover by the Killer Bees. They look for the cross-court pass. Luckily, no harm done. They regain possession back in their own end. These two teams played in the opening game of the tournament for themselves with Edmonton. Wait, let me get this right for you guys. Yes, like I thought, Edmonton came out on top 5-3, and here come the Killer Bees once again. That shot goes wide. Another board battle, this time in the Pigeon end. He centers it, that's blocked. A great job batting it out of midair, keep it in the zone. The Bees send it to the point, and that's kicked, not out. And the Bees dump it down deep as a couple of them get off for a change. A nearly horrific turnover by the Pigeons as they turn it up and go the other way. Pigeons go for a line change themselves here. 2.5 minutes in, and it has been some fast-paced action. Pigeons, they're going to dump that in. That goes high and over the net and out of play. Face-off coming just outside the neutral zone in front of the Pigeons.
And while we got a stoppage here, match to point out, as always, the Pigeons bench hanging the pink sweater just behind them in honor of Patty McGuire, Ruth McGuire, head coach here at the Port City Pigeons, and in honor of what she's doing in her battle against cancer. Always great to see, and I'm sure the Pigeons will leave it all out here on the floor of this bronze medal game for her.
No doubt that is the case. Obviously, we wish her the absolute best. As the Pigeons force a turnover there, they dump it down the length of the court, and that's covered up by the Killer Bee goaltender.
And Matt, a few players to watch here, especially for Port City. Number 32, Noah Webster. He plays center on that top line. He's excellent. He's got a lot of fast feet moving in. He makes space for his teammates. A lot of open ice. He likes to stay by the half boards, lead on that quarterback power play. Look for him to take some shots from the point.
And both of these teams, they know how to score. So having the ability to keep an eye on a guy like that is going to be key for the Killer Bees if they want to win this one. Killer Bees win possession there in Port City zone and immediately turn it over. That one goes back to the Port City zone where their goaltender will play the ball up the boards. That's going to go down court. Is that going to be enough for an icing? It is enough for an icing.
As a helmet was just thrown, a little scuffle.
I think we have an unsportsmanlike conduct here going up against the Pigeons. So the Killer Bees will have the first power play of this one, looking to get on the board early.
Yeah, visor broken off there too as Connor McCluskey heading to the box. That's just a poor penalty to take this early on, especially when you're unsportsmanlike.
It's an easily avoidable penalty, and it's just something that as a coach, as a teammate, you've got to be furious seeing that.
Exactly, you don't want to see it, especially considering that the Killer Bees here, their offense has been pretty strong here up the top, pressuring on the rush. Nice transition game over the blue line, and They're just giving them time here, an opportunity to set up and get up 1-0 on the power play.
The Port City Pigeons going for a late change there. Some confusion along the bench, but looks like we're ready to go here. They've already gone sent out of the zone. He didn't even get set. Sent out of the draw, excuse me. Port City lose the draw. The Killer Bees in possession, ball at the point. Sent down to the half wall, back to the point. Back down to the half wall. That's Murphy on it. He sends it down low. Back to Murphy. He tees it up. That's deflected and goes well out of play.
The Killer Bees power play, covering them a bit yesterday, doing their play-by-play. It's pretty good. They like to create a diamond formation near the top. They like to work it down low behind the net. You'll see them pop it back up to the point. Going to make goaltender Troy Reardon really move here.
And that Cashton Murphy, number 17, a huge part of this Bees power play. He's got 8 points through their tournament so far. That shot from Murphy is stopped by the Pigeon goalkeeper.
And we just saw it there, Matt. They love to do that cross crease over to the one-timer.
It seems to be working throughout the tournament for most teams. The Killer Bees are no different, and here come the Pigeons shorthanded, looking to gain the outside. That's poked away.
Captain Nick Beal really working there behind the net for the Pigeons.
A great way to thwart a power play is to try and create a rush, and if not, they poke it away and it's down deep regardless.
Exactly. Great defensive pressure.
Bees looking to gain the zone. They dump it in deep. Down low with possession. Sends it around to Murphy. Murphy circles back. Sends it to the point. That's passed over and back to the circle. Centering pass. That's stopped by the Pigeons as they're going to come back the other way.
Webster breaking it out.
And we have a breakaway here. The Pigeons in alone. Can't get a shot off cleanly. A great play by the defenseman there.
Schreiber just gets a piece of Webster's stick, pokes that away.
Scott Dorham as well in there to prevent any sort of danger. And here come the Bees. Murphy sends that one over. That shot is stopped. Jared White with it once again. His shot was just saved. Back to the point. Over to Murphy. Murphy tees it up. That shot stopped. Rebound. Centered. That's covered up by the Pigeons goalkeeper. 4 seconds to go on this man advantage. We are still all knotted up at zeros in this one.
So now what you're going to see from Reardon a lot is he likes to come out and challenge outside the crease. He's really going to walk that white line. The issue is he has a bit of trouble getting back into the net. Killer Bees like to work behind it. He's going to have to make sure he's sharp and make sure he gets back into position if they're going to work behind the net.
And the Killer Bees have already noticed that. They look to bank that one in before he covered it up.
Absolutely.
Killer Bees win the drop, but with a bit of a mess, and now the Pigeons are in possession, streaking down the other end. That second pass completed, but the shot goes wide. Killer Bees clear it out of harm's way. Can they get it out? They can. Battle along the boards, right inside the timekeeper box, right in front of the timekeeper box, as the Killer Bees dump it into the Pigeon zone. The Pigeons with the bad turnover there. Fighting for the ball, and just like Carson said, the Killer Bees trying to use their body to shield the ball down low, work from down low and bring it out. Still battling down low. The Bees come away with it, but are we about to see another battle? Yes, we are. When one battle ends, another begins, it seems. And the Pigeons look to dump it down. That doesn't get out. The Bees centering pass, that can't find its mark. And here come the Pigeons the other way, 3-on-3. That goes to the outside. They stop up. Look for the centering pass, it wasn't there. All the way back to the point. That pass across the court is intercepted. But the Pigeons regain possession along the half wall. That pass is blocked. And the Bees, can they get this cleared?
Number 44, Jason Toth, really good at using his body on the blue line to keep that ball in.
Exactly, Carson. And that shot goes wide. The Pigeons all over the Bees right now, getting some great sustained pressure. That shot is deflected wide by the goalkeeper. Here come the Bees the other way, looking to get it cleared, and they do. That pass looking to spring his teammates. Gets pulled, turned over. The Pigeons coming back. No rush here, knowing there's down men in the midst of a change. That cross-court pass finds its mark. Tees it up. No, he doesn't. He fakes it. That shot goes wide. It has been all Pigeons for the last minute and a half. Looking back door. That's just out of the reach of its intending diving target. And the Killer Bees take over. That pass knocked down, and here come the Pigeons. That's Jared White, 2-on-2, looking for somewhere to go. Can't find it, so he spins around in his feet, using his body to shield the ball. Sends it back to the point. He centers it running across the court. He beats his man. Coming down the outside, looking to center it, can't get it through. The Pigeons try to drop it off. They turn it over. That centering pass gets turned over as well. Flicked into the writing, and we're going to get a whistle back in the Pigeons' end.
And you saw it right there, Matt. The Killer Bees love to do that left side cut-in with the point guy. Get the defenders working, cut into the net, try to drive in. And obviously, Todd Reardon likes to challenge, see if you can go far side on that left side cut-in.
And you use the speed like that to get around the initial defender. Someone's got to come help, and it should lead to the centering pass like they were looking for.
Exactly. The Pigeons are going to be chasing that every time.
Yep. So we're going to see how big of an impact that makes. Is that going to stay in it? The Killer Bees keep it in. That's dumped down deep. A great knockdown by the Pigeons there. But unfortunately, they still can't get it. Another knockdown. Some incredible hand-eye coordination there. Bees with the ball down low. Looking to come out front. That shot goes high and out of play. Jared White has been everywhere to start this one for the Killer Bees.
You know, Jared White, the points leader for the Killer Bees, you can tell. He's got the wheels. He opens up space so well in the center for those one-time opportunities. He shoots at everything. Doesn't matter really where he is. If he sees an open lane, he's taking the shot. He's that confident, Matt.
The impressive display of hand-eye coordination we saw was Cale McCallum, who, if I remember correctly, actually had a hat trick in the first game that these two teams played in. Here are the Killer Bees on the attack. White dumps it off. He gets it back, but that's deflected into the corner. White looking to center it, doesn't get it cleanly, and here come the Pigeons the other way. They chip it up ahead for some light dump and chase, but they don't get the result they wanted. That goes straight and clean into the Killer Bees' possession. White on the ball, looking backdoor, dumps it down deep. He's got a man down the wing. That shot stopped by the Pigeons. Battle along the boards. Looks to circle up. Centering pass. That shot is blocked. Back to the point. That shot goes wide of the net.
O'Callaghan with a rocket that just misses short side left. Reardon.
A great opportunity for the Bees. That's dumped down low. And the Pigeons are going to win the race to the Killer Bees office. That's going to go all the way out of the zone. No icing. Heavy pressure there from the forecheck. But the Bees are going to get it out of harm's way. Now the Bees going up the other way. Brandon Vogel. That shot is deflected wide by the goaltender.
Reardon let out a big rebound. Lots of net there, but good work by the defender to tie up the offensive player.
That centering pass can't get through. And we could have a 3-on-2 this way for the Pigeons now. They stop up. Backdoor doesn't get through. It hits a leg and goes to the corner. Pigeons gain possession in the zone. The bench screaming for a shot. That's blocked. And here come the Killer Bees. That centering effort gets through. And they're going to clear the zone and go out in the attack. They can't connect on the breakout pass, though, as the Pigeons look to settle things down with just under 4:45 to play in this opening period.
The number 14, Matt Dan Bacca, is so good along the half wall. He keeps it in possession so well and gets so much space for his teammates.
And the half wall has been so critical for teams in this game all week, just to be able to develop any sort of offensive threat.
Absolutely.
We'll see how key that is for this one. As the stick goes flying there, and that ball is dumped into the Killer Bees' end. Waiting patiently behind his netminder, looking for a breakout pass. He finds it. That's Jared White looking for a shot. That shot hit the post. It beat the goaltender, but not the post, and White alone. He gets it back. Oh, and the pass is just behind him.
That was an absolute rocket just off the inside of the left post. Bounces out, no rebound opportunity.
There was no way for the goaltender to stop that one. That one came in flying. A bit of a takedown there. The Pigeons bench not happy, but they're going to get a break out here. They're going in one-on-one. That's number 22 coming, and he stops up. Dumps it down low for 32. It's the connection of the twos, but unfortunately, no success for the two of them. As they turn it over to the Killer Bees, will ice that one.
That was a long shift to the second line of the Pigeons. Jason Todd, Brody Stanley, and now we're getting a bit of a switch here as McCluskey, Oliver, and Webster coming back out. Jason Todd probably going to stay in here for the offensive zone draw, however.
It's always tough to see a guy get a chance like that, but sees at the end of a shift, because you don't know how many chances like that you're going to get. So to see one go to waste is got to be disappointing.
Now Webster loses that draw, but Pigeons get possession back.
There's McCluskey. Kel McCallum coming in. That one goes out of play. His pass deflected away.
So head coach Ruth McGuire shaking up the lines a bit from yesterday. We see in Jason Todd and Jared Cosman playing on the top line with Oliver, Webster, and McCallum.
I think they like to throw McCallum out as much as possible. He might be listed as a defender, but that guy is as big of an offensive threat as it comes at this tournament. That's flipped down the court. Would have been a breakaway for Jared White, but that hit the roofing. And we're going to go all the way back to the Killer Bees end. 3:07 to play in this first period. Consistent chances both ways for these teams, as it looks like the Killer Bees coach has some nice cold water on his neck to kind of let him cool down. We drew this all over again. That face-off, one by the Pigeons, shot gets blocked. There's White sending it back to his defenseman. And they're going to take a second, take a breather, let things develop. That's Steven Scholing with the ball. Scholing circles around, looking for somewhere to go. He tries to shove it to his partner. And a great move by his partner to avoid the forechecking Pigeons. And great job to lead the rush. And here comes White. He touches that to prevent the icing. Centering pass is blocked by McCallum. They get through. That is stopped by the Pigeons goalkeeper. Sitting on his behind, he puts the glove out and keeps this a scoreless game. Now the Pigeons tee it up. That shot's in. A great shot from the point. He gets a whack for his troubles, but he doesn't care. The Pigeons take a 1-0 lead.
Jason Todd has a long chance. He takes a rocket from the right side point, fires that deep clean right by Schreiber in the net.
A huge return of events there, as just as we thought the Killer Bees were about to take the lead, they get a great save, the Pigeons get a great save from Troy Reron, and they go back the other way and take a 1-0 lead themselves.
And Reardon just makes that save set up everything, Matt. If that's not a save there, that's in the net. None of that happens. Reardon being a great backbone for his team early on here.
The Bees win that faceoff. A great play to continue. And here come the Bees looking to answer. On the backhand, he can't get away clearly. And that's because he was hooked. Maybe slashed. We're going to see when the Pigeons touch the puck what the ref has to say. Killer Bees with a 6-on-5. That shot kicked aside by the Pigeon netminder.
That's going to be tagged up by Nick Beal, the captain. And I think we're going to see a 4-minute power play here for the Killer Bees. Possibility to even things up, Matt.
You're thinking right. That is going to be 4 minutes for slashing. The infraction committed by Wyatt Mason. And the Killer Bees get a chance to answer quickly. We've already seen the Killer Bees power play today, Carson, and it was a lot of Murphy.
And Wyatt Mason going to sit for 4 minutes, just got caught chasing.
The Pigeons nearly break away there, but a calm defensive play by Kevin Robbins.
Brody Stanley trying to spring himself on a breakaway, just can't make it happen.
And the Killer Bees trying to get set up at the point. That shot deflected wide, and there's Robbins. They're saying he caught the ball and closed his glove before putting it down. The face-off is going to come outside of the Pigeon zone. I've watched every single day of the tournament. I've been around for every time slot, maybe not at every rink, obviously. That's the first time I have seen that called all week.
Same here. I mean, I haven't been here as long as you, but it's been pretty rare from what I understand.
Pigeons win the draw, and they're going to look to dump that all the way. A big pump fake, and then they fan on the clear. That centering pass stopped by the goalkeeper.
You know, McCallum may have fanned on it, but he redeemed himself with that diving block.
And let's see if they can get it out there. Yes, they can.
Stanley hard on the forecheck, it comes out.
The goaltender can't play cleanly. That's centering pass. Shot. Stop. Rebound. They score!
Short-handed Brody Stanley gets Schreiber outside of the net, gets behind. Obviously a little bit of a mishap, a miscue between the players passing, but they finish it off as Schreiber is caught laying down, stretched across the crease map.
A huge misplay by Fawn Brady, the netminder. Behind the net with the ball leads to a great opportunity that the Pigeons capitalize. They're short-handed too, a huge goal to build to double their lead.
Schreiber's in net, Brody's on the bench, they're not worried about the game.
And here come the Bees the other way. That behind the back pass stopped. As it was just pointed out, it is Carson Schreiber in depth to Killer Bees. Huge mix-up on his part. And here come the Killer Bees. They get a partial break.
Two massive saves by Troy Reardon to keep this thing a 2-goal game, 2 lead for the Pigeons. Some incredible athleticism by the goaltender.
The Killer Bees take a time out. That's Phil Baranek, who got robbed at point-blank range. That's twice.
Reardon didn't have to move a whole lot on the rebound, but still a tough plays with one-on-one with another player. And Fernak has been incredible this tournament. I got to cover him for a couple games yesterday, and he's got a wicked release.
But he showed it there. But the Port City Pigeon goalkeeper showed absolutely no fear, no worries, and he looks calm, cool, and collected, not even fazed by this incredible start to the game he's had.
So now we see Brody helping Schreiber on the left-hand side, fixing a mask for him.
Maybe he couldn't see the ball, and that's what led to the missed
That
ball.
could have been.
Port City pretty pleased with how things are going. They don't think they need to sign out. We're all going to just wait here for 30 seconds.
Well, Donut's still on the board for the Killer Bees, which is honestly a little unusual here. Just come to the end of the first period, considering they're such a high offense team. And I was telling Trevor last game, every time there's a donut, I'm still waiting on my Timmy's order from yesterday. Could use a sour cream glaze.
I wouldn't say no to a donut, but I'm pretty sure Edmonton would probably like to put a one up there. They can take their donuts for after the game.
Only if I get one.
They take the one up there. Too many donuts going around. That clearing attempt gets Sealy goes down to play at some point. We're going to redo that draw. 24 seconds to play in this opening frame. That goes back to the point. Keys it up, that shot goes wide. Rebound attempt, that's stopped. And it's still loose. That center is blocked. And they try to flip it up on the goalkeeper, like we were talking about earlier. With no luck. That's the third one draw. He sends it back to the line. 4 seconds. That shot is blocked. Rebound attempt. They shoot. They can't get the shot up. That's a great shot by the Killer Bees. The Pigeons can't be too happy about it if we have a big discussion. It seems like cooler heads will prevail low.
And that was a really late shot, Matt. That was a good 2-3 seconds after the buzzer went that he fired that. I don't blame him. But Reardon still made the save, so who's laughing at that point in time?
Yeah, you think maybe you can beat the goalie there and build some confidence maybe, but that one was really late. As the Port City Pigeons lead the Edmonton Killer Bees 2-0 after 1. We'll be right back with second period action here at the Mississauga Fine Food Center. Welcome back to Paramount Farm Food Center. We're here on Rink 4 with the bronze medal game for the men's B division. The Port City Pigeons lead the Edmonton Killer Bees 2-0 after one. It became aware to me at intermission that I was muted for some sort of time in that first period. Unfortunately for you guys, I'm back now, and you all got to hear my voice again.
Fortunately for me, I got to hear his beautiful voice one-on-one.
Wow, I'm glad at least somebody enjoyed our conversation. Pigeons short-handed to start this period for 2 minutes and 7 seconds or less as the Bees look to cut the deficit in half.
Well, it's an Alberta team with 0 goals right now and a lot of offensive time, so somewhere Daryl Sutter is just having a field day.
That one probably hurts you a bit to say.
Oh, absolutely. Every time I say it, it's how I cope, man.
And here come the Bees looking to gain the zone. And they get another great chance here.
I don't know who Faranack was trying to pass to there, but
I think he had some flashbacks from the first period when he got stopped twice and said, no, let's just give it to somebody else. It's their turn.
I'll take the apple instead.
Schreiber also learning from his mistake, stopping the ball but not playing it too far. As here come the Bees the other way. That one goes right through Faranack. Not out though, that shot goes wide. And here come the Bees. Back behind the net.
McCallum and McCluskey shadowing behind the net.
Teed up from the point. That finds its way through. And just like that, the Killer Bees cut the lead in half. That's going to be Steven Scholig with the goal.
And what did I tell you earlier, Matt? They set up behind the net. They draw the defenders in so he stays at the point. Nice assist from behind the net, and that finds its way at the back of the net on Reardon.
They got to collapse down low, and that frees up all the space up top. You also have to give some credit to Jared White standing in front of the net there, setting a great screen on the Port City Pigeon goalkeeper. Two to one now as things get a bit more interesting. Cale McCallum circles back for the Pigeons.
McCallum's such a good offensive defenseman. He's always up on the rush, and I mean, he creates so much space just on the blue line especially.
And there's a sense of calmness with him. That shot goes high and wide for the Pigeons.
He's easily confident with the ball, Matt. Every time he's got it, he's not worried about giving it away.
Yeah, as there he is, playing baseball, stealing a ball. But there goes
Look at that, he's so confident he'll switch sports.
Yeah. Well, gotta be a two-sport athlete. Most hockey players choose lacrosse. He went with baseball. That centering pass can't find a stick and it goes wide.
I thought you were gonna say golf, to be honest with you.
Now those two just go hand in hand, it seems. As the Killer Bees on the attack once again, 13 and a half to play. Murphy cutting towards the net, they can't find him. As the Bees back down below the goal line. That centering pass goes right through the crease. Nobody home once again. The Bees looking to send it down low. That pass is fanned on. And here come the Pigeons with their captain leading the charge.
Nick Beal is such a big body, and he's so strong on the forecheck. You might see it here. Look at that. Just Ross strips him.
Just like you were saying. And you know, there's got to be a mental side of it for these Killer Bee defenders. You see a guy like that charging at you full speed. Whew. That would get to me, I can tell you that much.
I call that man the Jamie Benn of ball hockey. He looks like him too.
I kind of see that. It's a nice thick beer too, as here come the Pigeons the other way. That pass blocked, doesn't get through. And the Killer Bees in alone. Jared White, backhand, scores! First he gets the screen assist, now he gets the goal. Less than 2.5 minutes in the second period. We're all loaded up at twos again.
Took one small mistake, that one gap on two defensemen closing in on the defensive zone for the Pigeons. Springs Jared White. He's off to the races. Neil buried that one on the backhand after deking out Troy Reardon.
Not much better. There's no way you could have drawn up a better start for this if you were the Killer Bees. That's 2 goals in 2.5 minutes, tying this one up, maybe bringing a sense of calmness back to the bench.
Absolutely, and that's got to shake up Reardon a little bit. 2 quick goals, just under 3 minutes.
And the Pigeons with another turnover here. The Bees back in their office down low, trying to center it, can't get it through. That hits the bench. Glove was leaning over, glad the ref saw it. That face-off is going to come outside of the Port City Pigeons zone.
Head coach Ruth McGuire putting a lot of trust in that Oliver Webster-Toth line. Taking defensive and offensive zone draws right now. They're getting some good time on the court.
It's got to be something where you have your best players on the ice when you need momentum like this. And here come the Bees, looking for the wraparound. That centering attempt is blocked.
The Killer Bees are buzzing right now, Matt. Absolutely buzzing. No pun intended.
No, I appreciate a good pun when I see it. That's a big whack up as the goalie covers up. Let's see if anything comes to that. For now, nothing. There's a lot of hockey still to be played. Now I gotta ask, you got the Bumblebee jerseys or the blue arms and the white jersey. What's your preference?
I go with the Killer Bees because it's a lot easier to see their number on the arms.
I like that. That's a very valuable point. A lot of teams over this tournament. That's teed up. That goes wide. A lot of teams over the tournament, you can't really see their jersey numbers. So shout out to Killer Bees for helping us out there.
Making our lives a little easier.
Yes, sir. As that goes all the way down the court for an icing.
And speaking of just jerseys in general, Pigeons aren't that bad. On the left side, it's clear you can see it, but on the right side, for some reason that blue comes up to the shoulder,
yeah.
And you just cannot see any number if they're going from left to right.
Which, unfortunately for us, that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Yes, sir.
So maybe we'll get some more names and numbers right in the third period. But for now, forgive us for any mistakes.
That's all right. They hire us for our looks anyway, man.
I have been told I got the looks for radio. So. As the Pigeons win the draw circle around their own net. They look to flip it up. They do. Some fancy ball handling. And that's poked away before they can enter the zone. So the Bees do them a favor, put it back in their zone. But they're in possession. That shot goes high and wide.
McCallum hard on the forecheck. Just escapes them on my left-hand side.
That's loose in front of the net. The Bees can't gain possession. And McCallum takes it, chips it up. And the Pigeons have numbers here. McCallum crushing the net as a defender. And the ball doesn't get there. And the Bees are going to take a penalty here unless they can score before the next whistle. The Pigeon goalkeeper a little hesitant to go back to the nets, or back to the bench.
Delayed call, I don't know why he's not, but they're telling him to stay in the net obviously for a reason, I guess.
Yeah, as now he starts to take a few steps. Cale McCallum trying to tell the goalie, what are you doing? Get to the bench, as he slowly takes his time jogging over.
He's taking a stroll. I'm not exactly.
And they just called the Pigeons for too many men, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A player hopped on from the bench, and the goalkeeper took his time getting there and wasn't getting there fast enough.
So we're going to have a little 4-on-4.
I can't say that was something I've seen recently.
No, and at the same time, I get that Reardon's moving a little slow, but what's the benefit of standing there? Like,
excuse me, our good buddy Mario, our lovely graphics guy Mario, corrected me. It's actually not a too many men penalty, it's just an illegal substitution. The Bees will still be shorthanded, but the face-off comes at center ice.
We're going to have to get some information on that call, Matt. I'm a little lost on that one, but nonetheless,
I killed how that guy's brain. And here come the Pigeons. That's keyed up from the point. That shot gets blocked by Cashton Murphy, and he sends it the length of the court. Man, that would have been a terrible too many men penalty to take. As here comes McCallum for the Pigeons. He dumps it off. They gain his own. Back to McCallum. He's got some room. That shot gets stopped by Schreiber. McCallum pinned down deep. He gets shoved down. Looks like the penalty is coming to the Pigeons.
So we're going to have a little 4-on-4 after all.
I'm a little confused who the penalty was on. As both teams touch the ball and no whistle is blown. We're going to see what happens here as these refs have a discussion.
I mean, it wasn't the Pigeons' defensive, or excuse me, the Killer Bees' defensive zone, but they had contact with it multiple times before.
But they touched the ball, which
whistle was blown.
But it looks like it's Cashton Murphy going to the box. Oh, excuse me, that is 18, not 17.
There's some confusion with Edmonton regardless, because they're like, we had it multiple times before you blew the whistle down, so.
An interesting little delay there. That's Colin Plump who's going to take the penalty. And the Killer Bees are going to be 5-on-3 for the next minute 13 or less. A huge opportunity for the Pigeons to regain their lead. And they go back to their big boy line like you were telling us.
And the Pigeons have been excellent on a 5-on-3 throughout the tournament. Even yesterday when I saw them play a couple of times, every time they're on a 5-on-3, they've scored. So hopefully they can keep that streak going in their side of the court here.
Carson, are you foreshadowing a prediction there? Are you throwing a prediction out?
Well, I threw a prediction out last game about when the goaltender's getting a shutout and I jinxed them, so I'm going to shut my mouth, man.
Well, that's a forbidden word. We don't use that on this broadcast.
I know.
As McCallum takes a big tee up, they score! 20 seconds into the power play, the Pigeons regain their lead. Excuse me, 20 seconds into the 5-on-3.
And now Sam Oliver on the top line. Bury that on the right short side pass Schreiber. And just like I said, apparently I should trust my word more than I usually do, Matt.
Well, you are a smart guy, so I hope the listeners
Well, I've never been accused of that before, but thank you nonetheless, good sir.
Kel McCallum teed up Webster there, and he made no mistake finding the back of the net. The Pigeons take a 3-2 lead and have a minute 40 more of power play time unless they score. And they regain the zone once again. And here come the Killer Bees the other way. That ball gets through McCallum, but he took himself out of position to take a shot.
He's doing the right thing, just killing time. I don't know if I would have gone for that pass either. And now we got a penalty of holding. Come up to the Pigeons.
I didn't see the arm go up, but the Pigeons do not seem too happy about it. Is that number 29? No, it is 91.
That's
Jared Cosman. And just like that, we are at 4-on-4 hockey. A lot of space here for both teams to operate.
Oh, a little bit of John between the two penalty boxes too. Gotta love it.
Well, a game of this magnitude, I expect absolutely nothing less. The teams that traveled from New Brunswick and Alberta as a great dump down as the Pigeons grab it before it goes for icing, and that is dumped into the other corner by the Killer Bees as they gain possession. And here they come the other way. That's Jared White. He crosses it off, but the pass doesn't get through. McCallum turns it over, and here comes White again. That's teed up. That shot is blocked and goes out of play. Wyatt Mason on the block, and the faceoff's going to come to the left of the Pigeons goalkeeper.
So just hearing that announcement there, I thought it was totally Sam Oliver that buried that, but according to the announcers here, it's Connor McCluskey. But I still didn't see McCluskey on the court, so I wonder if they mixed up 27 for 7.
I thought McCluskey made the pass from the points over, but maybe I was wrong and I confused 27 and 21. An interesting dilemma. Regardless of who got the goal, the Pigeons are in the lead because of it, as they battle down along the boards, as I've said for what feels like a million times this game, using their size to the advantage of the Bees. They have a centering pass if they want it. It doesn't get through. That shot, the deflection goes high. No high stick on that one, as they're playing it around the boards. Wait for something to open up. And now they circle back towards the middle. Why make a move? Send it back to the point. The Killer Bees taking their time as they're back to 5-on-4 for the next 40 seconds. And now they look to set up. Steven Scholig sends it across. That's over to Murphy. Murphy sees it off. That pass finds nobody. And the Pigeons are going to clear it the length of the court. And now we got a race for the ball. That's Kevin Robbins turning it over.
Webster, he's trying to make some moves. Callahan going to cut him off.
A huge turnover there as it runs out the remainder of the power play. And Murphy comes in down the wing. He tees up and he scores! Paxton Murphy in the dying seconds of the power play, might have even been 5-on-5. Tees up from just inside the blue line, and he ties this one up at 3.
That's not a goal. They needed a screen on that. That was from the right-hand side. That's one he's going to want to have back a little later here, Matt.
Unfortunately, that's the name of the game for goaltending. You save a bunch that you probably should have let in the first period, and then you give up a goal like that to tie it up at 3 midway through the second period. Now we see the two teams doing some drawing at the face-off circle. As the Pigeons come away with it. Looking to enter the zone with speed. Stops up. That shot is steered aside by Schreiber and goes out of play.
That was quite a clapper there by Austin Perry. Not the biggest guy in the world. That sure had some heft on it.
They announced that as Skolig, but I'm pretty confident that was Murphy.
I was too.
So maybe I'll have to talk to somebody. That shot ends up behind the net, causing some trouble. It's bouncing around back there. Absolute chaos behind that. That's centered in front. Can they get the shot away? That's teed up. Goes wide.
McCallum's going to try to pick this up.
As a bee goes flying.
Take behind the net.
Not intentional. And that is sent down. Up to Murphy. The goal scorer. Does he tee it up again? No, he goes to the deep. Backhand. That's stopped. The goalie doesn't know where it is.
Reardon had no idea where that went. Still made the save, but he was looking the other direction when he made the save.
Sometimes positioning is more important than size. And here's McCallum coming to the outside. That goes harmlessly into the goal. They swap around, try to jam it in. They cannot. Luckily for them. Luckily for the Bees, Schreiber was hugging his post. That stays in. Turn on fire. Scores! An incredible shot by Austin Perry. Gives the Pigeons a 4-3 lead.
And we saw that shot he ripped off just a few shifts earlier. I was saying what amount of power he gets on it. That was in the blink of an eye. Spin, claps it from right in the middle. And we got ourselves a 4-3 game.
Schreiber had no shot on that one. That was a blink and you miss it. My eyes were open and I missed it. I just saw it stick net. No way you're tracking that one.
I saw that net move and I knew it was in, but that was an insane amount of power on that shot from Perry.
And just like that, the Pigeons answer back quickly. 4-3 for the visitors here.
I have a feeling this is what we're going to be seeing for the rest of this game, man.
I have a feeling I will have no voice tomorrow morning if this keeps up.
Would you want it any other way?
No, I'd rather it be a great hockey game, and that's exactly what we've been given so far. And here come the Bees looking to answer back quickly. That shot goes wide. My voice needed a little break there. That one clears the zone. Bees can't be too happy about that one as they look to rush up again. Dump it down deep. They get into their office behind the goal line. They circle back. That centering pass hits a foot and goes out of harm's way. And here come the Pigeons back the other way.
That would have been.
Flip it up just out of the reach of its intended target. Centering pass is blocked. That shot steered aside by the Killer Bees goaltender.
That would have been an easy goal for the Killer Bees if Cosman wasn't there with his foot to break that up.
And the Pigeons will get a penalty. I'm thinking it's body contact. I'm not positive though. And look how quick Schreiber is running to the bench. There will be no illegal substitution on this one. We're going to get 6-on-5. The Bees moving nice and slow here. Send that the length. Was it deflected? It was not. That'll be icing. And it'll be 2 for interference to Carter McCluskey.
It's McCluskey's second time in the box already.
One more, and that removes him from this game. So that's something the Port City Pigeon needs to keep in mind. As Schreiber
heads back to his crease.
Pardon?
Schreiber head back to his crease, gonna get dialed in as he's gotta make sure that nothing comes of this.
Taking his
penalty
sweet time to get back there too. That's gonna stay in the zone, and they have the Bees have a 3-on-2. Fake the shot, backhand pass, trying to tuck it in. He cannot. That's covered up.
Farinack just couldn't get enough of it to get over Reardon's right pad, but he had the room to do it.
Had a great opportunity for the Bees just 13 seconds into this power play. Instead, they're going to get a draw to the right of Reardon. Bees in possession. That's Jared White. Back to the point. Sent across to Murphy. Back to the point. Back to White. He fakes the shot, sends it down low. Center pass, that hits the stick of the goaltender and rolls in. Not how they drew it up. But also, when they live in the office like that, you're going to get a bounce like that every once in a while. This one's tied up at 4.
And Reardon tosses a stick in frustration. He knows he blew it on that play. Just gets caught in the feet and ends up kicking it into his own net, trying to find it. That's a brutal mistake by Troy Reardon, and nonetheless, we're back to a tie game, Matt.
A super harmless looking play. The bodies in front were covered. He just managed to bank it in off the stick. And you know the best view in the house for that one, right behind the net where he passed it from. You got to watch it roll in super slowly.
And I didn't even see who actually scored it because I was so busy watching Reardon, just in disbelief.
I think it was number 23, Phil Fornack. But we'll see what the announcement says. As the Bees in the O-zone once again. That shot goes high. Stays in play though. As Cale McCallum dumps it down. So it was Phil Fornack who had the cheeky play there, managing to tie this one back up at 4. As here come the Bees once again. A battle behind the goal line. It's moved out in front of the goal line and dumped right back down low. I guess when you throw pucks on net, good things happen. As the Killer Bees operating down low once again. As they circle out high and then dump it down low again. That shot on net just slides to the crease. As the Pigeons look to get it out. That's a great play by the Pigeons to keep it moving. Cross-court pass. And now they're coming in with speed. That's centered. Teed up and it's blocked by the Killer Bees defender, Kevin Robbins.
O'Callahan here going to reset behind the net, wait for his team to go off on a change as he's shadowed by Webster.
Let everyone get a nice breather. Carson, I gotta ask, did you have a crystal ball before this one, knowing all these plays were coming from behind the net?
Well, following the Killer Bees for a little bit yesterday, throughout the day, it's been the constant, and I wasn't too shocked to start seeing it happen here, so you can call me Zoltar.
Yes, we can. A board battle, and again, the Bees come away with it, but only to turn it over to the Pigeons. That pass hits a leg. Some physicality here, some big rough stuff, and there's going to be a whistle. Both men are going to go. Wonder if it's going to be an extra for either of them. We do not have a number 8 on our game sheet for the Killer Bees.
Regardless, Cosman and 8 on the Killer Bees are trying back and forth. They're both going to head to the box. We might have ourselves 4 on 4, but I think they're going to be...
It'll be 5 on 5. And those guys won't come out until a whistle after the 2-minute mark of their penalty, which will more than likely just be the end of this second period. Unless somebody gets an additional 2, which we'll have to see when they put that up on the board as the referee gives the explanation to each team's respective captain. Killer Bees seem pretty happy. It looks like an extra Pigeon going into the box, which implies the Bees are going to get a 2-minute power play, which is now up on the board. So they must have given 2 for head contact.
That's Matt Boudreau taking the extra shift in the penalty box. As Killer Bees head back on the power play, which has been deadly. This is not what you want to see if you're the Pigeons right now.
It's crazy seeing how playoffs get officiated. I was in Rink 1 a mere hour ago watching the Ducks lose the gold medal game to the Bengals team out of Quebec, and it seemed like the whistles went away there. You're over here, and it's just power play after power play after power play.
You gotta wonder if it's just division-based intensity or if it just comes down to personal reffing choice between the two.
As the Pigeons win the face-off, can they clear it out? Yes, they can. That gets all the way down to the Killer Bee side of the zone. Schreiber plays it, nearly puts it into his own crease again. Maybe he should do some stick handling drills during the next intermission. As the Killer Bees go out on the attack, they dump it in deep. That's Jared White gaining possession. Battling on the board, sends it down to the point. At the point, they send it over to Murphy. Ashton Murphy sends it back to point. That shot! Up! The rebound! Gets put over netting. That's
Reardon.
number 4, Scott Dorm, with a golden opportunity that he can't capitalize on.
Reardon's out of position on his butt. And they just miss it high and wide. The Pigeons could do a sigh of relief. So I'm going to say, with Reardon on his butt, there's some other body parts clenched.
Not only do they miss that killer goal scoring, here comes Murphy actually. That shot goes high and wide. I was going to say they missed the goal, and then the faceoff comes out of the zone. Murphy, another shot. That hits the side of the net. I thought that was in. Just my point of view. And the Bees get it back behind the net. Nobody in front. They send it back to the circle. Right at the faceoff dot is White, back down low.
And Matt, look how close they are collapsing. The Killer Bees are so tight into that white crease area.
Well, look, that shot, huge save by the Pigeons goalkeeper. Well, I was going to say before that incredible stop, if you look at the Pigeons defenders, all 4 of them are inside of that white circle, the white half circle.
Which I'm surprised about because there's just so much area to screen Reardon, especially that close in. I just feel like in that scenario, you want to play closer to man and try to push out that collapsing power play.
It is certainly an interesting choice.
Just
We
under
have a timeout to the Killer Bees. 59.8 seconds remaining in this middle frame. 53 seconds remaining on the man advantage. 4-4 for these two sides. One coming in from Alberta, the other way out from New Brunswick.
If you had to move to which province, where are you going?
I'd imagine New Brunswick. I feel like Alberta's just too cold for me.
No, that's fair. I feel like you're underestimating.
How cold New Brunswick
Yeah.
is? I might be. Not gonna pretend like I'm the most knowledgeable man about New Brunswick stuff.
Matt, there's a reason we're calling hockey and not politics.
Exactly. Although I will say those commercials saying move to Calgary or move to Alberta, pretty enticing.
I know. They're
So-
spending it all on their marketing budget instead of dealing with other issues. The Saddle Dome needs to be replaced, but tourism.
Well, when enough people move there, they'll replace it, I'm sure.
There you go.
The Bees win the draw. That's back to the point. Stick handling just at the top of the circle, sends it across. Back to the point. Fans on it, giving the Pigeons time to regroup. And look how much wider out the Pigeons are here. That pass goes across. Centering pass. Shot. Big save by the goalkeeper. Not sure he even saw it. Just had his pad out. Now the Bees battling with it down low. That's sent to the point. 30 seconds of play in the period. Sent back in. Some stick landing. That shot. Score! A big fist bump in celebration by Thomas Schulba after he puts the Bees on top. They're up 5-4.
In the ANHL, when you get that achievement for popping the bottle, I think the Killer Bees just got that one. What a bounce.
The guy pushed all of the buttons for celebrations as well. And
I
so
think
did
a few
the
of them
bench.
are wanting to double Y.
And you can look at the deflated Pigeons team right now. Up 4-2. Up 2-0. Excuse me, up 2-0 and then 3-2. It's now 5-4 for the Killer Bees with 20 seconds of play in this middle frame.
The Pigeons gotta stay out of the box. Have to.
It's a crucial penalty. Time and time again. That is the difference maker in games like this. As here come the Pigeons with one last ditch effort of the period. That is cleared out by the Killer Bees. 3 seconds of play. No shot will come. And the Killer Bees take a 5-4 lead entering the third period against the Port City Pigeons here at Rink 4 at the Mississauga Fine Food Center. We will be back with the third period after this intermission. Welcome back to Paramount Fine Food Center. We're here on Rink 4. The Killer Bees lead the Port City Pigeons 5-4. Bees with another great chance there.
That was a nice diving block. That was Brendan McNeil.
This might surprise you, but the Bees in yellow and black. The Pigeons in the white and blue. I'm Matthew Wizicow. Alongside me is Carson Elcom. That shot gets thrown on goal, sent away harmlessly. On the camera, we got Noah Simon and Mario. He told me his last name earlier yesterday, and now I forget it and feel really bad.
At least you got the privilege of knowing his last name. He hasn't told me. Man behind the computer.
You don't know Mario like I do. And here comes Murphy. He makes the pass. Open in front. A huge goal. A little bit of confusion there between the official. A late goal. But regardless, the Killer Bees add on to their lead. They double it just 43 seconds into the second period.
That's going to be tough for Brendan McNeil. That's his man. He gets past open in the slot and just trickles past Troy Reardon, Matt.
Again, a one that rolls in slow motion. Phil Fornak, not sure if it's his third or his second, but I haven't seen any hats fly, so I'm going to say his second of the game as the Killer Bees double their lead just 40 seconds into this one.
I don't know about you, Matt, but do you contemplate a goaltending change this late in the game?
It's tough. I don't even know if they have an additional goaltender. Looking at the bench, I don't see one. As the Pigeons take it back behind their net, they send it up the court. That's intercepted, kept in the zone. That's teed up, that goes wide. That's Colin Crump just missing the net. Some more rough stuff going on there between the Pigeons and Bees. As the Pigeons look to clear the zone. Nearly a trip, but the Pigeons come away with some speed. Whistle being blown. I don't know if that was a legal substitution or too many men. We're going to see if that penalty door opens. But nonetheless, not the start the Port City Pigeons were looking for in this one, in the third period of this one.
Giving up a goal that early in the third in any period is devastating.
Well,
and that's not going to help the morale on that bench right now.
Correct myself as well. It looks like there's a penalty coming to the Killer Bees here. Not too sure what it is, but what better way to answer than on the power play?
2-minute interference call.
That would make sense as to why I did not see it, as the Pigeons dump it down deep, looking to build a set power play. That's high sticks, and the City Pigeons touching it might make the face-off all the way back in their own end, and it will. That's not an ideal start to your power play. It's been a rounded effort from this Edmonton offense.
And this is a huge power play for the Pigeons. They got to do some damage here. This is a key opportunity, and defensive zone draw isn't going to help that. They got to reset up.
You look at these teams, and in their respective division and their pool, they scored the second and third most. They were one of 4 teams, or sorry, these two were two of 8 teams. Sorry, whoa, math is bad sometimes. They were two of the 4 teams in their entire pool of 8 that scored more than 20 goals up until this point. The big difference between the two is the Pigeons haven't been able to keep them out. The Pigeons have allowed 10 more goals than the Killer Bees.
You're stumbling over the stats, Matt. I'm stumbling over the fact that you don't have a case on a brand new phone.
English is tough. It's not as new as you think. It's, I'd say, I got it in September. We're looking at a year and it still looks good as new. So clearly, I'm doing something right, and so are the Killer Bees, up by 2. They clear the zone. Here come the Pigeons rushing down the wing, drop it back to the point. Cale McCallum sends it across. Waiting for something to develop. Looking for McCallum, they can't get it there. The defensemen switch sides. That's McCallum at the top, just inside the blue line. He tees it up. That shot, again, thought it went in. Keeps hitting the same part of that side of the net, and it stays out.
You see the net bounce, and you just get that little bit of serotonin boost. And
the way these guys have been shooting, I can't see it either way, so I've got to look for the net news. There's going to be a hooking call now on the Pigeons. So much for staying out of the box.
You gotta love the fans in the stands when they shoot and then get pissed off when they don't. It's like, no, you could be out there.
Are you really a hockey fan if you're not yelling at guys to shoot? It's going to be Noah Webster heading to the box for 2. We're going to have 23 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey before the Killer Bees look to strike once again.
My question is more, do you think there's ever been a player to actually listen to him? They're like, nah, yeah, all right, I'll do it.
Safe money's on yes, because there's enough players at one time you think it has to work. But also, I feel like hockey players tune it all out. So, who knows? Tough to say. They've been playing incredible all music all weekend, and I don't see anyone singing along.
Well, there's a few positives you're watching the live stream, too, is A, you get from the comfort of your own home, and B, you don't have to smell the arena we're in right now.
Oh, to describe it for you guys, me and Carson were talking about this during intermission. It smells like hockey. And for all of you watching that have been inside a hockey arena or a hockey dressing room, you know exactly what that means.
It's a little nicer when it's frozen.
And the Pigeons with a partial breakaway. That's dropped back. Set across. Tees it up. That shot is blocked and goes behind the Killer Bee net. Centered. Big save by Schreiber. Rebound chance. Stopped by Schreiber. Getting covered up. Some more roughs up in front of the net here. The officials coming quickly to clean it up and make sure this doesn't escalate.
Schreiber went for a little bit of a body slam on, I can't see who that is, but I believe that's Connor McCluskey fell down, and I guess Schreiber didn't like him poking around his crease in his pads. Which, to be fair, I wouldn't either.
Nope, it seems the goaltender's crease, it's almost like lacrosse,
a sacred
but
zone.
without being like lacrosse, where you can't step in the goaltender's crease. In lacrosse, it cancels a goal. In hockey, you get a firm beating for it.
No, but here, if you're in the crease for a goal too, it doesn't count.
It's true, you can get a crease violation here, but even if you're just in the area, you're in some trouble.
Yeah, me and Trevor saw that happen just last game for the bronze medal in C division. Goal disallowed, first goal disallowed because of foot in the crease.
Well, that's a heartbreaker for any team as the Bees slow this down on their power play. Minute 30 left in the power play. Just under 11.5 left in this third and possibly final frame in this B division game at Canada Ball Hockey Association's National Championship.
You know, the only team that likes, scoring goals with a foot in the crease, Dallas Stars.
The infamous Brett Hall moment. Sabres fans will remember that for eternity as the Bees look to get set up here. That goes back to the point. He tees it up. Oh, he fakes it. And he sends it back down low. Circles back. He looks to tee it up. He can't. That's teed up from the point. That's blocked. They try to squeak it in. That's a big shove by the defender.
More of a dive, to be honest with you.
Well, regardless, the Bees stay in possession. Another Bee goes flying. That shot hits the crossbar and goes out of play. That second shot looked like a battle in front. The two players giving themselves some shin taps afterwards. It was Colin Plump that flew from right to left.
10:30 remaining in the third. The Pigeons are far from out of it, but they just need to get some sustained offensive zone time. And they've been in the box so much this game that it's really hard to get that momentum built when you're playing so much in your own end.
I think you hit the nail on the head there with the special teams. Since the Pigeons took that 4-3 lead, it feels like they've been shorthanded for a majority of the time since, and that's how the Killer Bees have built this 2-goal lead. Jared White on the ball. He centers it. That's passed, tipped in, and if he didn't have a hat trick before, he's got it now. That's Phil Fornak as the Bees take a 3-goal lead with another power play marker.
The last 3 goals the Killer Bees have scored have all been so close to the crease. The Pigeons' defensive work just hasn't been good near their goaltender, and that's led to 3 straight goals that were just so tight in on Reardon.
You talked about a goaltender change earlier, but if you're allowing the opposition to get that close uncontested, what can you ask your goaltender to do?
Nothing. And there may be 7 goals, but Reardon I don't think is responsible for all of those. There's only so much you can do.
No shot, and he's beside himself. He's down on one knee in his net right now as the Pigeons look to answer, and for their sake, I hope it's pretty quickly. They dump it down behind the Killer Bees net. The Bees quickly in possession. They come back the other way, looking to make the lead even bigger. That's dropped back to the point. That's teed up. 5-hole, no luck. Rebound. They score yet again. A quick one
think that's got to be close to a nail in the coffin.
5 unanswered goals by the Killer Bees. It was a pretty close game. 5-4 through 2-2-all after 1, and this is starting to get out of hand. The Pigeons came out firing, and I can't say that continued, as that gets dumped in and the Killer Bees on the ball once again. It seemed like the Killer Bees just kind of hit an extra gear as Cale McCallum shot from distance goes wide, and the Pigeons have had no answer for that extra gear, as here come the Bees once again with speed. That's dumped off the wing. That shot gloved wide by the goalkeeper. The Bees still with possession, back to the point. That shot tipped in front, shot wide by the last goal scorer, Ryan Dorham. And here come the Pigeons. Cale McCallum sends it across. Looking to gain the zone. They do just that. And then dump it in deep with no forechecker. It's a clear giveaway. The Killer Bees with just under 9 minutes to go. Just gonna sit behind for a little bit.
It's not like you don't got time to go right now, man.
They turn it over, and guess what? The Pigeons give it right back. Here comes Colin Plump, pushes it too far, Superman dives! That's stopped by the Pigeons goaltender.
Well, that's a harder save than it looks for Raymond, especially being shaken up after 5 straight. That couldn't have been bad. He just caught that between the left arm and the torso. That could have squeaked in like we saw previously.
A great job to not give up once he thought it was out of reach too, because it was an incredible effort by Plump to even get a shot away there. The Pigeons coming the other way. That shot on net, steered aside by Schreiber and covered up. Excuse me, it is not Plump, it is Plump. His O on the sheet looks a lot like a U.
Well, that's what you get when you let hockey players spell their names.
It's like doctor handwriting out here, man. As that gets flipped all the way down the rink. Plump slowed up thinking he was going to be icing. It was not. And he forces a turnover, gets knocked down. Looking for a call. Knows better than to retaliate as the Pigeons dump it in. A Pigeon flies in there, but can't come away with the ball. Some physicality down low there by the Pigeons. Mario really appreciating my Pigeons flying comment as that ball gets shot out of play.
When you're making Mario laugh, you're doing something right.
Listen, as long as you're making one guy smile, it was worthwhile.
Well, we know that no one's smiling at home with us on the mic right now.
And it's bonus points that it's Mario.
The man with no last name.
Listen, I was told if I forget his last name, he's well known anyway, so Mario's enough.
That's on the listeners at home. If you don't know our man Mario, that sounds like a you problem.
Exactly. Just under 8 minutes to play in this one. Unless we see a miraculous Port City comeback and get overtime. Cale McCallum keeps it in. Looking for somewhere to go. He's just going to flip it deep into the ceiling. Did it come down? Yes, it did. Face-off coming
the
just
Pigeons
in front of the Port City bench.
Got it through something, except it was a rung in the ceiling, not in the net. But
not exactly what they were hoping to get it through, but unfortunately that's the result they got. And I think I might have jinxed their goalkeeping when I said that at 5-4 when I said they've had some trouble keeping the ball out of their own nets. That's 3 quick ones since I brought that up.
I love the broadcaster's curse.
Might be for the best that in the future I don't comment on it. Some physical play down low as the Killer Bees remain on the ball and then immediately turn it over. Broadcast curse continues. But now here come the Bees the other way. That pass turned over. That's centered. Are they going to have a little breakaway? No, it is poked away.
Back of the night, outless pass to Stanley was rushing up, but just two defenders. Killer Bees able to chop that away.
Just a hair too far. And that touch pass unsuccessful. And here come the Pigeons back the other way. That shot is swallowed by Schreiber. Might have taken a bit of a stick to the face there, but all good as long as he's got the ball.
6:53 remaining. Just over, or just under 7 minutes to score 4 goals just to get to overtime. 5 you want to win it, and it can be done, but I don't know if we're going to see it, man.
It's constantly talked about the teams they dig themselves holes. But I think they dug themselves a hole at the bottom of a mountain as that shot goes high and wide. As the precious moments ticking away in this board battle. The Pigeons can't afford to see any seconds wasted as someone gets thrown headfirst into the boards. That ball is loose as there's still a battle going on. That's sent down the rink. And here come the Bees once again. In alone. Connor tries to go one-handed. He cannot. That ball manages to stay out. The net is way off, and it took a second before it was blown dead. Ashton Murphy looked to add not only to his point total, but to his highlight reel. As this one gets a little chippy.
Reardon checked his hand out as he was slashed a few times and his glove was down.
Just a conversation going on right now. That's Carter McCluskey in the center of it. And I think if that would be a McCluskey penalty, would that be number 3?
That would be number 3. So if they take a look at the score sheet right now, he's got to be out of here, no?
That should be an ejection if it is his 3rd penalty. And 4, it's number 4 for the Killer Bees going to the box. That's Scott Dorham.
So I don't know if the refs are going to talk about this, but if so, it'll go on. It looks like it might go miss, because that's definitely McCluskey's third penalty.
Oh, as the officials are coming back to talk to the timekeeper right now. Let's see if they catch it.
They're pointing at him, so I wonder if they're making something known as McCluskey's sitting in the box.
That box reopened.
I wonder if we're going to see him walk out.
Well, let's see. Does somebody walk in or does somebody walk out?
Nothing happening. But even the timekeeper looking a little confused as well.
The door is still not shut, so we've got a chance to see someone walk in or out. It's 2 minutes for body contact. A lot of talking right now, mainly between the Pigeons and the officials. And it's going to be number 7 entering the box for the Pigeons, Connor McCluskey. It's a family reunion in the box.
Carter and Connor in there. Either or, there's 2 McCluskeys. One of them has 3.
Yeah.
So I am a little lost as to how we haven't seen one of them removed.
Thought maybe that's the benefit of having a brother.
It's like the Sedins when they used to switch off the face-off when we get waved, you just go back in.
Exactly. As we're trying to figure this out, the other scorer comes over to ask questions. The ref talking to the Port City, excuse me. Teams are going back to their benches.
And looks like he's finally being waved out.
After this extended
and that's going to be it.
That's actually Connor McCluskey that looks like he's going to be tossed. Sorry, Connor McCluskey getting out of the box. In goes Austin Perry.
Cosman leaving too, who just walked out. So I'm a little confused as to why Jared Cosman just got ejected.
I'm not sure.
And we're also seeing McCluskey go down as well. So we just lost Cosman and McCluskey.
McCluskey taking the scenic route all the way from the bench around.
Give me that Corey Perry Winter Classic vibes.
Has a few last words before going out, but he's got a long walk, so maybe he thinks of a few more on his way.
I guess Cosman was involved somehow. I don't remember Cosman being in the box twice.
Might have been something they said. I didn't
That's
see
what
too
I'm
much
thinking,
that warranted an ejection and 2 additional Port City Pigeons in the box. But it looks like it's all settled out. Oddly enough, there are 5 Pigeons on the court. Confused is a way to describe
You gotta
myself
think
right now.
it's only good. There's no way they end up even strength here.
No penalty up on the board.
There
Now
we
2
go. That
Pigeons
makes
go
more
off.
sense.
We're going to be 5 on 4 for 2 minutes or less here.
I'm also still a little lost as to how it's not 5 on 3, to be entirely honest with you. It's so hard to find out what the calls were.
Well, the Bees looking to add another power play marker. Here's Cashton Murphy on it. He sends that across, and it goes right to Cale McCallum, who sprints down the other way, chips it up, but just out of his reach. Murphy circles up behind his net, and he's going to sit there for a little bit. Not too long, just a little bit. 6 minutes to play in this one. He hands it off as the Bees look to go back on the attack. That's iced. And we're going to go all the way back to the Killer Bee zone after Jared White's pass doesn't find its intended target.
I'm still lost about the penalty situation, Matt. I totally thought it was just going to be McCluskey and the captain for the Killer Bees going off, Durham. But now we have 2 ejected and 3 Pigeons in the box, but we play on.
McCallum misses that one. Maybe takes a bit of an elbow there. No call. And here come the Bees. Dropped back to Steven Scholig. Scholig over to White. White looking for his own entry. He finds Scholig, who enters. Scholig back to White. White centering pass and alone! Shoots and misses the net. A golden opportunity for the number 7 we don't have on our score sheets. And they reset with a multiple goal scorer in this one with the ball. That's Phil Fornack over to Cashton Murphy. Murphy back to Scholig. Scholig looking for an out. That shot goes wide.
7 just got a piece of it that sent it wide. Is looking for the tip.
And the Pigeons looking to clear. They can't, but that pass is blocked. And they're in a long breakaway. Murphy speeding back. He outweights him and he hits the post and it goes wide.
Webster had a wide open net mat and just missed. Caught the left side, or excuse me, the right side post. As Schreiber, he just missed, gives his post a little pat.
I'm sure we'll see Schreiber give his post a bit of a kiss at the next stoppage. For now, he's got to focus on play as the Pigeons now are in possession of the ball. That cross-court pass for Murphy. Taking his time, looking out. Shot pad, save by Rayner.
Webster working his way back out. He's got some wheels on him.
He turns back under 4.5 to play. The Pigeons on their dash spread. That shot goes high and wide.
Well, we're back to even strength somehow.
And that pass misses Cashton Murphy. McCallum sends it down over to Scholig, who dumps it up as the Killer Bees are back on the attack. That one scores from center ice somehow. That's Dennis Davidson. Not sure even he expected that one to go in.
And that's just a brutal turn of events for Troy Reardon. That's not something you can let happen.
Mario's gonna like this one. That one's got a sting.
Yeah, Mario is snickering.
And we hit that one out of the park. 9-4 for the Killer Bees. And this one just needs to see the last 4 minutes tick away. The Bees win the draw. Back in their own end. They turn it over. The Pigeons take possession deep in their own end. Take it all the way back behind their net. Looking for an outlet pass. That gets up the half wall. Flip down the court. where Davidson chips it ahead, but they can't get it out of the zone. And here come the Pigeons. That's teed up. That shot surprises or catches Schreiber by surprise, but he manages to locate it after making the initial stop and covers up. 3:30 to go in this bronze medal game.
The Pigeons have just fallen back on their heels in this period and just have not been able to generate anything.
It's been a total collapse. There's no other way to put it. It's like a tale of two halves as the Pigeons retreat once again. Ooh, a broken ankle there on the fake spin by the Port City player. And then he can't get it the rest of the way as the Bees dump it down and the goalkeeper steers that aside. Here come the Pigeons. That one doesn't get in. The Killer Bees on the attack. They can't gain possession. And the Bees take it back to their own end, just waiting for their inevitable bronze medal victory. To our cameraman, it can go to overtime. I would be, is there anything past surprised, shocked?
Flabbergasted, if you will.
Flabbergasted. I will be flabbergasted if this one goes to overtime. Discombobulated, guys. We're at the source out here.
There's a reason Noah Simon's behind the camera.
2.5 to play in this one. Disappointing result for the Port City Pigeons as they wire that one again, hits the side of the net. Thought it went in, but it did not. As that's chipped up, not out. Cale McCallum with a great pass to keep it in. Here's the Pigeons, that shot goes wide.
That actually went through the legs of Schreiber, but just goes wide underneath.
The good old beats the goaltender, but can't find the net. Pigeons looking to come in, and they're coming with speed. 16 shoots right into the Killer Bee in Schreiber's chest. He covers it up. We're going to get another face-off with 2:03 to play in this one.
I'm trying to find some words here to describe what's going on, but it's just really a disappointing third period for the Pigeons.
Was hoping for a better ending in this one as well as the Pigeons see that one up. That goes wide. Here come the Pigeons once again. They shoot, they score!
Cale McCallum makes this a little more manageable as he goes over the right-hand shoulder, left-hand shoulder. Carson Schreiber. That's going to bring things within 4. Obviously not a whole lot more time here, but nonetheless get one back here late.
Unfortunately, like you said, probably a little too late for the Pigeons to spark a rally. No need to hang your head, scoring 5 in the bronze medal game, and it's an impressive accomplishment at a national tournament. But no celebration out of the Pigeons because they didn't come here to score 5 goals. They came here to medal. Not centering pass. They can't get their stick down. A huge slash there by one of the Pigeons. And here come the Killer Bees. Behind the back pass. Just out of reach, but he gets it. Stopped by the goalkeeper. 1:23 to play in this one.
We're going to make the nice save on the 2-on-1. A little broken, but keeps that out. Keeps this a single digit.
At this point,
lead here for the Killer Bees.
Like you said, single digits has to be on the mind of the Port City Pigeon. That's sent down the court. The Pigeons can't gain possession. The official jumping up and down, and here go the Bees, managing to stay onside, but the way they did it forced that ball into the corner harmlessly. As 87 pins his man to the board, and we're gonna get more board battles to end this. Pigeons, they're gonna take the ball, might get a breakaway out of this, and they do. Does he have enough speed to break free? That shot misses the net.
Doesn't
Looking
get enough
to center
of
it. He can't do it. And some frustration being taken out there by Nick Beal. 30 seconds to play. That one centered in front and covered up by Carson Schreiber. Maybe Nick Beal's frustration wasn't so frustrating, was more just physical play, as he gives the Killer Bee defender a love tap.
26-5 remaining in the third period. This one in the history books, as 26 seconds from now, the Killer Bees are getting themselves a bronze medal.
You can see the Killer Bees bench, not a single person sitting down. They know what's coming up. The vibes on the Port City side, not flying so high. That one chipped out of play. 20.7 to play. And you know what? It was an incredible first period for the Port City goalkeeper.
I'd say an incredible first two periods. It really didn't open up until the third.
Viren's just been peppered all night. You take a look at him. He's down on his knee, and they're going to run the clock out in this one. Seems like they didn't want to finish that out. As the teams decide to shake hands, start to congratulate their goalkeepers, the fans that traveled so well to watch these teams play, giving their teams a round of applause. And we're going to get the medal ceremony shortly. Likely some awards for the players as well.
Matt, if I had to ask you, who would your player of the game be from either side?
If I'm looking player of the game, I think it's as simple as Phil Fornack.
Phil Fornack was excellent. 2 goals, 2 assists.
I think it was at least a hat trick for him.
He was all. Did he get the hat trick?
I think so. Maybe not on the scorekeepers, but in my books, I think he had the hat trick.
Honestly, for me, I do have to go with Noah Webster if I was talking from the Pigeons. He just generated so much offense. Obviously gets that late goal. And it was in on a few earlier, and he was a real key part to this team, and there's a reason he's their #1 center, and I definitely look to him as one of the big key contributors for this Pigeons team.
Would not be surprised to see this Pigeons team back next year, finishing 4th. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
No, and this is a good team. I don't think the results of this game said it and showed it exactly by any means, but this is a team that left it all on the ice and did some great work and a great cause. I bet Patty, you're back at home, really proud of this group of guys.
And
they came all this way, put up a really good show, some great games, nothing to be ashamed of.
And unless I'm reading this incorrectly, the Pigeons actually were the National C Division gold medalists last year, so their first year in B, and quite the impressive performance.
And this is nothing to be ashamed of.
As we get ready for awards and medals to be handed out. We're going to let the PA announcers take over from here. That'll be all from myself, Matthew Izzico. Alongside me was Carson Elcom, the cameraman Noah Simon, and of course, we can't forget the lovely Mario. Take care, everyone. We got more medal games coming up. Rink 1 will have gold medals. And I don't know if we have any more games here later today. This rink will be closing after this one. So
take it all in.
Make sure to tune in to Rink 1, where I think we have the women's gold medal game coming up soon, if not already started. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.